2 days later, guess what? She went after my best friend. Yeah, I I was heartbroken. I was admitted in the hospital for 2 weeks. Yeah,
Wow.
that hospital diagnosed me with a heart problem. Yeah, I had a heart
Wow.
problem.
Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Balasaka and I'm YouTuber based in Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome to another Shege experience, guys. Have you been watching different episodes? This is episode 7 of another Shege, guys. Let me know if you've seen episode 1 to 6 because, guys, things have been happening. People have been getting. See, guys, stories has been tremendous. There's been different stories, different experience. Some things have been happening, and I'm like. And it's also that we're having guys come up here. More than females have been coming up, and that's the sweet part of it. And guys, today I have with me another cute, handsome gentleman. Let me allow him introduce himself.
Okay, well, hi guys. So I remember my humble self, Wealth Luxury Cars. I'm Clinton, Wealth Moses. Nice to meet you guys.
So guys, today's episode, I brought up Clinton to come up here and give us his own different story and experience because, guys, the street of Lagos is not safe. All right, so Clinton, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
How was church today?
Church was great. It was good.
That's true. You sing in the choir, right?
Yeah, I'm the choir.
Okay, so you're a church boy.
Well, everybody, I'd like to think that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to another Shege episode. Are you okay? Are you fine? Are you relaxed?
Yeah, well, I'm relaxed.
Okay. All right. So let's shoot, right?
Yeah, we're good to go.
So Clinton, let's just go straight into this video. I don't want this video to be all over the place, but I have a lot of questions to ask you. So what do you think about sacrifice in relationship?
Well, so basically, what I think about sacrifice, when you're in love with someone, you should be ready to sacrifice just anything, just to put a smile on the person's face. Yeah, so sacrifice is very essential in any relationship you get yourself into. Yeah.
Okay. So let's get into your definition of love. So what's love to you?
Okay, so these might come as maybe a shock to a couple of persons, but love in our world today, you can see that a lot of people or persons, individuals, practice just one side of love. Why do I say that? So basically, they look out for certain things. Meanwhile, love is blind. You don't look out for anything. You just love the person. It comes with a lot of things. The true definition of love is the love of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Love forgives, love is patient, love is caring, love is endurance, love is forgiving. It comes with a lot of things. So if you don't come to this understanding and notion, you get it twisted. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think the best part of what you said is that love is the example of love is the love of Christ.
Yeah.
So the definition of what God gives us is what is love.
Yeah.
And I think people actually base their love based on what they can benefit from
Yeah, true.
another person.
Yeah,
but
true.
I also agree with the fact that obviously when you meet somebody, it's what something attracts you to them. You get before it gets to that part of love. What do you think?
Okay.
So, for example, now let's say you meet this girl and obviously you're a boobs guy or a axe guy. There's something attracting you to her already. So that's what you love first of all before you get to even know the inner part of her that makes you now love her more.
Okay, so for me, I first off, I'm not a boobs person, right?
You're not an ass person too.
Yeah, well, so for me, I don't look out for physical appearance when it comes to, falling in love. I've got to have that feeling, I've got to have that notion, that strong feeling that this person is the person for me. Because if I go after, the physical appearance, definitely someday, sometime, I'll get tired of it. Obviously, yeah, right? Okay. So if I don't have that conviction in me that she's the person, she's the one, sorry, I was just looking, walk past, yeah.
Okay, this brings me to another question. So what do you think about specs in relationship?
Specs. When you talk about specs, are you talking about
like
the
should we go for their specs or should just go with what you're saying, the feeling of okay, I just met somebody, there's this feeling that tells me she's the one and we are cool with that, or we should go for what interests you in somebody?
So if that is totally wrong, well, everybody with their own perspective when it comes to relationship. Well, for me, I think you looking at their physical appearance for you to go into a relationship, that's totally wrong, right? Why am I saying this? Because if you get into that relationship for a period of time, you will get to understand that these things you actually went for, you would definitely get tired of it. So I just feel that when you see a lady, there's this feeling in you that you will
Where
know
I'm
that.
coming from is, before you're seeing the lady, there's be something that is. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Okay,
There's be something
okay,
that's
yeah.
attracting you to this lady. You can't be any lady you see
yeah.
that. Do you get where I'm coming from? There will be something that is attracting you to this lady first of all, before you're getting to the part of knowing she's the one for you and all that. So, what do you think in relationships? Should people go for that thing that attracts them to that person, or they should just go with the flow, like everybody's the same?
Okay, so basically, well, that's being said,
Yeah.
I'd like to think that if you see something that attracts you in a lady,
Yeah.
definitely you must see something that draws you to someone,
you, yeah,
right?
that's true.
Once you get to see that thing, I'll indulge any person or any individual to get to know that person and ask yourself this question strongly: is she or he the right person for me? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So minus, after when you're done with the thing that attracts you, the next part is, this person, are they compatible with me? Are we good to go? Okay. Yeah, but I found another one. Okay, so Clinton, what do you
Yeah.
think about cheating in relationship? Do you think it should be a big deal breaker since you guys are not yet married? And
Oof. Well, I'd like to use myself as a
Obviously, case study.
in cheating. This is where love comes in. So basically, I know I was in a relationship where she was cheating, and well, she always come back home, obviously under the same roof as of the time, and she rubs it off in my face. But you know what? I forgave her. Why? A lot of persons told me then that it was stupid of me, it was foolish of me, but I loved this girl endlessly, right? And when you love someone, to forgive that person will be really, really easy for you, right?
yeah, that's true.
So I don't think infidelity should be a deal breaker. For me, I don't know about any other person out there, but for me.
So does it get to the point where it becomes a deal breaker, or?
So what I'll do is I'll try to look for that loophole that's making you maybe probably cheat on me, right? And if I can't have it filled up after a period of time, I just step back. Yeah, I let it go.
So cheating cannot make you leave your partner. Nice. Guys, we have one different guy in our midst today. Every other guy that's saying cheating, no, no, no. And this is the guy that's saying he's willing to stay with a cheating partner. Or am I not putting it right?
Well, yeah, if definitely I can't be with someone who's cheating from the word go, probably from when we got into a relationship.
Obviously.
There should be something that has pushed you or driven you to go cheat, right? And if I can't have that fixed, then I know that there's nothing I can do again. Then we can go our separate ways.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice one. Bella, another question.
Say,
Hope you're enjoying it.
Yes, cool.
do you?
I wrote go Bella hand. Do you what now? Alright, Clinton, with the way we are going, I'm beginning to enjoy what we're talking about. So what's your idea of a perfect relationship?
Oh wow, so perfect relationship.
Is there anything like a perfect relationship?
No, so I've got this understanding about human relationships, right?
Okay.
So nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to chip in the scripture in this. Though the scripture says we are the perfection through Christ Jesus in God's eyes, right? But in the real sense, nobody's perfect.
That's true.
I have this slogan: everybody's got their flaws, right? The ability for two people, a male and a female, to bring these flaws together, understand it, they can, at the end of the day, bring out something supernatural, something beautiful out of these flaws and create a perfect relationship. Yeah, so, yeah,
Wow.
that's
Nice.
it.
Okay, so from this part of, I really like the explanation of the imperfection coming together to be perfect. Yeah, actually, I always say something that relationship is two people that are willing to make it work. Two people that are ready to put in the work to achieve what they want to achieve.
Oh, yeah.
So the moment one person starts doing more than the other person, there are bound to be loopholes. Seriously.
Yeah,
Okay, so
true.
that leads me to my next question. Do you think love fades in relationship?
Well, I'd say for me, I'll speak from my standpoint.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, with time, when there's a door when it comes to love,
Okay.
right? When you decide as an individual to close that door, you close the door to every feeling. Not that if you see this person, you don't still have a soft spot for the person, like if you see the person in danger, you won't leave that person to, die or harm to come their way. No. You can close the door to love and every feeling you had for that person that made you guys come together as a couple, right? With time. Because true love, honestly, if you've experienced love the way I experienced it, it takes time for that love to die off. It takes real.
Some people just have this. They just say that I used to love her before, but right now I don't really love her as much as I love her then. Like I don't love my wife or I don't love my girlfriend as much as I loved her when we started off the relationship.
So, in situations like that,
Yeah.
I just think maybe there are certain things, side distractions,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
There are things they have seen outside,
That's
right?
distracting you
that's
from.
distracting you from that feeling. So this is one of the things that one of the spice I added to my relationship that made me never to cheat on my spouse.
Oh, see, you never
So-
cheated on your spouse. Nice for putting that out.
So thing is, if I see a lady who looks really attractive, I look out for the things that, drew my attention to her. If it's the hair, if it's the clothes, if it's the makeup, whatever it is that makes her stand out. I look out for these things.
Yeah.
Then I visualize those things in my spouse. And when I do that, it takes my attention solely away from that person who's trying to distract me from my spouse. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, Clinton, from what we've been saying, it sounds like a lover boy. You're the soft guy.
Yeah.
You say yeah.
Yeah.
The one all the girls are dreaming and wanting. Okay. Okay, so Clinton, what's the craziest thing you've done for love before?
Oh wow. So, I think that should be my fourth relationship.
Wow.
Yeah, right. So, she was actually cheating on me with someone we were in the same church with and the same choir, and I was ready to still be with her because I loved her. Yeah, that's one of the craziest things.
And you knew
I've
the
done.
guy.
I knew the guy. Yeah.
And you're still ready to let go and not continue the relationship.
I was still ready because she told me to my face that if I still wanted to be with her, I've got to allow the other guy to be with her as well. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
Wow. Are you ready to accept that?
Yeah, I was. I was ready.
Wow. My gender.
Same lady made me risk my life. I had to travel because the parents, as of the time, knew that we were together.
Yeah.
I had to call the mom. The mom was so fond of me, and the mom was like, they called her in a meeting, and she was blunt. She just told them. Nobody knew where I traveled to. If something had happened to me. In fact, I almost got involved in an accident. But thankfully, I'm still alive. Yeah.
I can't wait to hear this your Shege story because from what you're saying, you've been through a whole lot with the hands of ladies. All right, so before we go into the Shege story, are you single?
Well, I'm single at the moment because
You're not in talking stage, you're single.
I've been in talking stage with someone, but I think there's this scar I have that I think she says she can't keep up with that scar. So yeah, I'm single.
So girls is single and is a lover boy. So let's just go straight to the main question for today. So
Yeah.
Clinton, how did your shege come? Give us the story, give us the gist of it. We want to know what happened, how you got heartbroken. This we don't want every tease, we don't want to leave any details.
Okay, so I'm just going to talk about the very first one,
Wow.
and the second to the last one.
Okay.
Yeah, because if I say I should start talking about each and every one of them,
We
the
won't go home
thing
today.
is, we're not going to go home. I can write like 4 to 5, 6 books about my love life because it's been really, really crazy. Let me talk about the first one. The very first girl I dated.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's Yoruba though. Yoruba
You're a
demons.
bad demon, even in ladies.
Yeah, ladies. So I was quite young then. She was my first. I had a rough path before I got into my first relationship. Yeah, so I loved her so much. Yeah, it was her first birthday with me as a
Yeah.
couple. Yeah, and I wasn't really having much then though. I can remember vividly my older brother asked me for I think $1,000. I refused giving him, and I had the money. I went, I spent all my savings, trying to get her a gift. 2 days later, guess what? She went after my best friend. Yeah, I I was heartbroken. I was admitted in the hospital for 2 weeks. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, two
So
weeks.
did you notice stuff like this before that time? Did you
Yeah, well,
was there?
so I was blinded with love. I didn't really see anything, and the whole long story short, that hospital diagnosed me with a heart problem. Yeah, I had a heart
Wow.
problem. Yeah, and well, thankfully, God healed me after about 10 years. I went through surgery. Yeah, and I
Wow.
came out. Yeah,
Wow. Wow. Guys, I didn't expect this one.
so yeah, that's the first. And I'm gonna talk
No,
about.
don't rush. Don't rush. Let's take this in. You just threw a bomb. Don't rush. There are questions to be asked. So is it that you caught her with your best friend, or she came and told you that she was dating your best friend?
Yeah, I haven't remember his name. His name was Bright. Yeah, he's my best friend, so I can't forget his name. And yeah, I had to accost my girlfriend that time, and she owned up to the fact that yeah, she had a thing with him, and that broke me down. I was,
So how come your friends were able to notice it and you did not notice it?
you know what they say, love is blind. When you love someone, you're blind to any outside distraction. You wouldn't really see signs of maybe your partner cheating because the trust is actually there, right? So I didn't see it. So I didn't see it coming. Yeah, eventually, when she owned up to the fact that she had something to do with my best friend, that broke me down. I was hospitalized for 2 weeks. The only person who got to know that I was hospitalized for 2 weeks was my brother. Yeah, the main reason, I actually made my folks believe that it was just a fever, but I was heartbroken. Yeah, and
So did you confront Bright?
well, I asked him. He couldn't even look at me in the face to say anything. I just left him. I was broken. I couldn't do anything. I'm not the kind of guy that want to fight with a guy
Yeah.
over a lady. So I just, yeah,
Wow. So your
walked
first
away.
surgery was caused by a lady.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Mm,
Guys, things are really happening. Wow.
right.
Okay.
Basically, the next one, after I did tell you about the surgery I had
Yeah.
due to heartbreak. Yeah. So the next one I had, that one was a disaster. That's the worst ever. Yeah, that one I lost myself in it. I loved her so much that I literally forgave her anytime she goes out to do stuff and come back.
Like you go out, do stuff, and you find out, and you still forgive her.
She comes to rub it off my face. Yeah.
I don't understand.
You
What do you
know-
mean she rubs it on your face?
So basically, the first time she did it, she went out, slept out. Yeah, she was with a guy, another man, and they made out. They had sex, and she came back. She told me to my face that yeah, I had sex with him. What can you do? Yeah, right. Well, I was flabbergasted. I couldn't say a word. I was quiet for about 3 hours. Then later on, I just walked up to her and said, "So you can actually do this to me?" Then it dawned on her. She came and she begged. She said she doesn't know what came over her and stuff. So I forgave her. And it still happened repeatedly up until I summoned up the courage to walk away.
So you guys are staying together and she'll go out,
Yeah.
sleep with another man, come
Yeah,
back, and
yeah.
you were still forgiving her all through this period.
Yeah. So we were like role models to a lot of couples, and yeah, and things started going really bad for me. I lost a lot of things. I got duped a couple of times. So yeah, that rosy kind of life we're living came
Wasn't there
down.
anymore.
Yeah, it wasn't there anymore, and she had a lot of friends around her because she was pretty, very pretty, and she had a lot of friends who were, giving her wrong advice, leave him, there's nothing again, and stuff like that. At the first instance, she didn't heed to them. Well, you know how it is.
Yeah.
This playback in our minds and stuffs, it built something in her head, and yeah, she said we were living in the same house, under the same roof. One day she just woke up and said, I'm not doing this again. I can't do this again. I want to go out there. I want to explore. I want to do this. I want to do that. I tried begging. I broke down. I lost myself. I literally lost myself. I would have her go out, sleep with all the men, come back, rub it off on my face. I'll still take her back. Yeah, I'll still take her back. Yeah, and I still believe because most times when I look into her eyes, I saw that she still loved me, but because of the pressure around her, she was doing things that she couldn't handle, right? So it got to a point I couldn't take it anymore, so I moved out and I just left. I still loved her so dearly though, and it took me almost a year to get over her. Yeah. I could remember then she called me 2 weeks later after I left and told me that, hey, I miss you. I want you to come back.
Why did they always do this? Like
I
after
wanted
the
to come back,
whole
so-
this thing, they always come back to say, I want to come back, I want to
Yeah,
come
it was
back.
crazy. I lost myself. I couldn't find myself for almost 3 years. I
Wow.
literally gave up on love. I said to myself I wasn't going to get married. I was going to remain single forever. And yeah, that's... Yeah,
Wow.
Shege, I saw, yeah.
Clinton, your own Shege came in Pro Max than other people's Shege.
Yeah, right. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's
So that was
crazy.
your what relationship? Sorry to ask.
Yeah, that was the worst. That was the worst.
What relationship was that? Your fourth, second, or third?
That was like the sixth, to be
It's
honest. Yeah.
But
I kept on, believing I could love again. I could meet a better person out there, but it all failed. So right now, I don't really believe in love anymore. It's all, yeah, there's love out there, no doubt. But for me, I'm not lucky with love. So yeah, I just keep my cool, stay in my lane, do what I'm good at. Love everybody. Yeah.
wow, this is so emotional. This is the first time that it gets so emotional. Yeah, guys. Like I'm actually
Yeah.
feeling what he's saying, and I don't say my eyes are watery, but well, I just want to say that I've turned into preaching section. Just is that I was saying, I think I said in one of the episodes that it just means that you're meeting the wrong people and you can actually commit somebody nice and you know that all these things you've been doing was not meant to happen with other people. That was what you were going through or what you were going through. I know it doesn't sound easy, like we have to go through this several times to get to this part. But I believe that, guys, at the end, it will make sense. Seriously. So you might just meet someone that surpasses every other person that you've been with.
I don't believe that.
No. I think you should change that mindset. Don't allow the people you've met make you feel like you can't get love again, or you can't see love, or you can't meet someone that will love you dearly. But wait, have you ever asked yourself that is there something I'm doing wrong that's making them not?
Okay.
Well, you can't blame yourself for people being bad. Actually,
True. So,
Because-
like I said, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I have
Yeah.
my own, wrongdoings.
yeah.
If you remember, I said something about floors. If you can understand these floors and create something extraordinary, something beautiful, trust me, the sky will be a stepping stone in your relationship.
It's real.
So, yeah.
Wow, guys, this episode is emotional, but don't give up on love. That's what we're saying.
Okay.
Okay, so guys, let me know questions. Guys, you guys should finish Clinton with questions in the comment section because I don't even know what to ask him again. Like, I'm already getting so emotional. I've forgotten my role and what I'm supposed to be doing. But Clinton, that means I want to ask: will you allow your partner go on a date with a male friend?
Well, it depends. So, if I love you as an individual, as a girl, as a lady, if I see a threat, I feel it. If I see a male friend that's just there for the friendship, I know, and I can allow you go out on a date with that kind of friend. But if it's the type that whenever I see him, I get the feeling that you're a threat, I won't allow it. Like,
No, like. Once beaten, 20 shy. Okay. So guys, last question for the day, because I don't want this episode to be too long because I'm already emotional. So do you believe that vulnerability is a good thing in a relationship?
Well, of course, you've got to be vulnerable with your spouse, right? Because what are you protecting? You guys,
Some guys are not like this.
you guys has got to have each other's backs. If you're not vulnerable with your spouse, what are you going to be vulnerable with? This is where this is another section under the word love. You've got to be vulnerable. You've got to be 100% open with your spouse. For me, it is easy because I've got no skeletons in my cupboard. I believe for those who are saying, oh, I can't be vulnerable with my spouse, you don't trust them. You can't trust them with your heart. You can't trust them with your feelings. You can't trust them with your thoughts. You can't trust them with your sixth sense. But if you have all these things under control, given to your spouse, what's being vulnerable?
Okay, I think I have another question to ask, guys. Sorry. Okay, so what do you think about financial transparency in relationship?
Well,
because it's talking about vulnerability. I feel that part also plays into it.
okay, talking about the financial aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have a kind of spouse that is extravagant, I'd advise that. For me, I would try to conceal some part of my finance, right? So if you get to know everything, you want us, to just pump everything, just spend everything. But if you have a kind of spouse that is prudent in spending, why not let her know everything, how much you have? Because this life we live in is, you don't know, God can call you anytime. So the one you hide, who's gonna spend it?
Guys, nice one. Nice to end it. The one you have, who's gonna spend it?
Yeah.
All right, Clinton, before we go, one last word for my people. What do you have to say to them?
Well, don't look at my story and say love is a scam. Love is out there, a lot of it. We've got good girls, we've got good guys. But the thing is, how do we get to find them? That's where the word risk comes in. Life is all about risk. The question is, are you willing to take that risk? Take the risk for love today and find your soulmate.
Okay, and that's on period, guys. Thank you so much, Clinton, for coming up on my show. I really appreciate it. So, guys, we've come to the end of today's Shege, and I'm sure, guys, you guys are emotional. Let me know in the comment section what you think about today's episode of another Shege. Clinton, are you searching? I forgot to mention that part.
No, I'm not searching.
Guys, it's single, but it's not searching because you guys have shown him Shege too much. All right, guys, and I will see you guys in my next episode. Tell them to subscribe, like, share, comment.
Please subscribe, like, and share, comment.
And I'll see you guys in my next episode of another Shege with my next guest. Bye, guys. Tell them bye.